January 23, 2025. President Trump declared a national emergency at the U.S. southern border. This declaration highlighted the severity of the immigration crisis. The relentless surge of illegal crossings overwhelmed Border Patrol. The system is buckling under the strain. The human toll is a stain on the nation's conscience. The time for action is now. President Trump's executive order is a multi-pronged approach to stem the tide of illegal immigration and restore order at the border. The president, in no uncertain terms, ordered the deployment of additional military personnel to support Border Patrol agents. This show of force is intended to deter illegal crossings and send a clear message that the United States will defend its sovereignty. Central to the president's plan is the completion of the border wall. This controversial project, a cornerstone of his presidency, is seen by the administration as essential to securing the border. The wall, according to the president, will act as a physical barrier, making it more difficult for illegal immigrants and smugglers to enter the country. The executive order grants expanded authority to the Department of Homeland Security. This includes enhanced air surveillance to monitor the border and apprehend those attempting to cross illegally. The president has also vowed to crack down on sanctuary cities, jurisdictions that limit cooperation with federal immigration enforcement. These actions are not without controversy. Critics argue that they are draconian and inhumane, targeting vulnerable populations seeking asylum. The president, however, remains steadfast in his belief that these measures are necessary to protect American citizens. President Trump's declaration of a national emergency is not without precedent. In 2019 and 2020, he invoked similar powers to redirect funds for the construction of the border wall. These actions were met with legal challenges, but the president ultimately prevailed. This latest declaration builds on the president's long-standing promise to secure the border. Throughout his presidency, he has made immigration a central issue, arguing that it poses an existential threat to the nation. His rhetoric has resonated with his base, who applaud his tough stance. The president points to the successes of his previous efforts. He claims that his administration's policies, including the Remain in Mexico policy, have significantly reduced illegal crossings. He argues that this new declaration is necessary to build on those gains and finally regain control of the border. Critics, however, argue that the president's policies have been cruel and ineffective. They point to the separation of families at the border and the squalid conditions in detention centers as evidence of the administration's disregard for human rights. The debate over immigration policy remains as polarized as ever. President Trump's national emergency declaration is certain to face immediate legal challenges. Civil rights groups and Democratic lawmakers have already vowed to file lawsuits arguing that the president has overstepped his authority. They contend that the situation at the border, while serious, does not meet the legal threshold of a national emergency. The legal battle could drag on for months, if not years, ultimately reaching the Supreme Court. The outcome of these legal challenges will have far-reaching implications for presidential power and immigration policy. Meanwhile, the national debate over immigration is likely to intensify. The president's actions will further divide the country, with supporters praising his decisive leadership and opponents condemning his authoritarian tactics. The issue of immigration is likely to play a prominent role in the upcoming 2026 presidential election. The stakes are high. At the heart of this debate lies fundamental questions about national security, human rights, and the very identity of the nation. The decisions made in the coming months and years will shape the future of the United States for generations to come. Subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more updates.